Zach.
Have you sent the email yet?
Yes.
What?
Okay. Well,
Oh, wait, I got one. All right. Somebody wants Dust by Chris Miller.
That's me.
So
somebody wants it.
They're also named Zach.
I would like to send an email, but I'm a little bit confused on what we're doing.
What do you mean?
You're just sending him an email and asking.
I was worried that I wasn't explaining it properly. What am I not explaining? I've never done one of these before. You know.
Well, I may have conflated this special promotion you're running with the list because I didn't know.
It's unrelated.
No.
Unrelated. Okay.
There's the top.
Wait.
10.
So what do we do to deserve this free book then? That's why I'm confused.
Because I want to support Death's Head Press.
Okay.
Because whoever these Nightworms people are, they have just given a barrage of bad reviews to the latest.
Oh, Nightworms?
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, wait, which one did they give reviews to?
All these like tampon party female book reviewers have deluged all these splatter western titles with bad reviews. Savage Breed and in many
those
cases,
chicks are lame, and we don't need their opinions.
no, exactly. But also,
tampon party. What is that?
it's what it
Jeremy's
sounds
stupid
like.
attempt at being sexist.
It's how
You
they
can't even do that, right?
It's how they
Is
act.
Ann on here? Could she explain to me? Because I've never heard of that. What a tampon party is.
You know, the beginning of Carrie when they throw tampons at her. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Let me talk. And
No.
explain what. Yes.
Don't let him talk because he's stupid.
And explain what a tampon party is, please. Explain to them what a tampon party is.
She's gonna be mad at you because she's a woman.
You don't know that.
She ain't responding.
Yeah, she doesn't want to talk about that.
Maybe she's having one.
Maybe you're not allowed to talk about tampon parties.
Anyway.
You're not allowed to talk about them to boys.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
We're men.
it's been a barrage of
Not you.
it's been a barrage of negative reviews of the Savage Breed because
Really?
there's too much rape and murder in it, like despicable here's one of them who's got a list. Racial violence and slurs, unnecessary rape scenes. Is there ever a necessary rape scene? Can anyone answer that for me? Is there ever a necessary rape scene? Apparently she...
Oh, there's going to be about 5 necessary rape scenes in my upcoming book.
No, but
Good.
Actually, I've lost count.
This one chick who's associated with Nightworms said that there are unnecessary rape scenes that added nothing to the plot in A Savage Breed by Patrick Harrison III. So apparently she believes that there are necessary rape scenes.
You said racial slurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready for this. Get ready.
Zach's going to say the N-word.
Okay, anyway, lack of development perspective for Native American characters. Well, if it's a pulp title, then it doesn't have to have an accurate representation. If it's got that grimy grindhouse vibe to it, it doesn't have to be culturally dead on. It's about the Old West, and it's graphic and violent. 90%.
You do realize.
What?
Sorry to interrupt, but you do realize that every single one of these complaints, if the author had done the opposite, they would have made the opposite complaint. Like,
not enough rape and violence.
If they had not had enough rape and violence, they would have been silencing the female experience. If they had tried to use a Native American perspective, they would have said that you have no business doing that and you're culturally appropriating. If there had been no racial violence and slurs, they would have said you're whitewashing. These people make my head hurt. They are just trying to make a living bitching about everything everyone else does based on inborn characteristics that nobody can do anything about and history that they don't know jack shit about and don't want to know jack shit about.
Yeah, it's like, who cares that...
And I seriously doubt that the main character who may, say if there's a protagonist in this book, which I'm assuming there probably is, or maybe there isn't, right? But my guess is like the hero in this book isn't saying racial slurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? Come on. I'd find it really hard to believe that would be the case.
Yeah, and even if he was, are you the kind of person who wants to ban Huck Finn?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, my guess is based on the story description I've heard is that there's probably no good guys in this story, right?
Okay, so we got a modest 3-star review from I think the head Nightworm.
Sadie Hartman.
Special thanks to Nightworms for my copy. Let's see what this guy says, and you can tell this guy definitely lets women.
There's a guy on Nightworms.
Okay, he's not associated. He's not naming off Nightworms, so I'm sorry, guy. No, wait. That's actually a well-known author, I think. So sorry about that.
That's Glenn Rolfe. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guy. Okay.
Yeah, all these BookTube people are so. I mean,
one star. She's
Nightworms isn't BookTube.
Special thanks to Nightworms for this Nightworms book party review copy. There's one, and there's another one down here, 3 stars, complaining about a dirty priest who rapes. I'm glad I've had the opportunity to do so with the Nightworms group. Nightworms.
Nightworms.
At the same time, like,
gay.
I mean,
everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? I mean,
hang on.
I mean, one of the Nightworms. At least one of the Nightworms people reviewed Elaine, and she loved it. And that's probably got way more rape in it.
This guy right here. This is the guy I was thinking of that probably lets chicks tell him, what to do. Thanks to Nightworms for putting together this Nightworms book party. Let's see if this one's a Nightworm. Thank you to Nightworms for having me along on this book party.
This is so lame. Who cares about Nightworms?
That's
just a bunch of freaking women putting together books in a freaking bag.
I don't even know who they are. Okay, I've just heard of these people, and someone told me that they were going all in on Death Said Press, and so naturally I felt compelled to come to their defense. Now, what Gregor said about aren't they entitled to their opinion? Yes, but
we're entitled to not care about their opinion.
I'd
rather not be about this.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point too. Like, who cares?
Why am I? Because I'm outlined. You asked why I'm doing.
But these are they're just reviewers, right? I mean, they're just
reviewers by cat women.
Listen, if anybody would fucking listen to me for 5 seconds, Jesus.
I'll listen to you. Then I'm going to disagree with whatever you say. Go ahead.
Okay, like everybody else. Okay. I'm telling you, this feels distinctly like they are waging a campaign against him, crying misogynist, okay? And I don't like it. Okay?
That's because they're freaking lame.
And it was presented to me. I'd never heard of these people. It was presented to me by someone.
And everybody who would watch the show would never have heard of me either if you hadn't brought it up.
It was
that's not true. They are big.
Hang on.
They're super gimmicky.
Zach, shut it. Hang on.
You mad, bro.
Word out here. Jesus. Okay.
You have gotten a lot of words out that it's not true.
Okay. If you can't do any better than that, Zach, then I'll have to mute you. Okay. This was presented to me, okay, as
name names.
Shut up and listen.
No.
You ain't gonna name names.
Okay. Just
we're naming names right now. We're just showing them all on the screen.
You guys can.
Okay. Yeah. See, and it's much better now.
Do I have to show you guys Stumpler again to calm everybody down?
I'm calm.
Jeremy, everyone.
But I still want to see the cat.
Yeah.
All right, I'll find him.
I'm plenty calm. He's the one that's mad. He big mad, bro. I don't think he can. Yeah, he big mad, bro. He big mad. Pale face.
Well,
I guess
the drama is
that's
the
what
show
my Indian back here would say.
I never thought I'd be involved with the drama channel. I have drama that I can open up that you guys aren't even aware of yet because of your asking me to bring people on. By the way, but we'll have to wait till Jeremy gets back to open that can of worms.
Jeremy might not be coming back. He's so mad.
Wait, what happened to Chris too? I didn't see when he left.
He got mad too.
Yeah.
I forgot he was here.
He and Jeremy are coming to
does
find
not want to come out from under the table.
Why is that?
Because of Jeremy
yelling. I'm scared of Jeremy. That mean man is yelling.
I had to bring the camera to him. Theory.
Oh, it's a he. He's a
fuzzy boy. He's a fuzzy boy.
He's a fuzzy big boy. Big and fuzzy. Now that he's finally getting a decent amount of food, he's such a stocky, muscular cat that if he doesn't want to do something, I really can't make him.
Why is Jeremy still gone?
He's a Chad cat.
Pale face, heat, big mad.
He's probably just taking pills and getting ready to come back.
Pale face, heat, big mad.
He's imitating my dang Indian. That's what he's doing.
He is really pissed. What did you guys just do?
We didn't agree.
He'll be fine after. He'll be fine after he goes and changes his tampon.
Yeah.
When I hear people just yelling over each other, I just kind of zone out.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So another news,
all Zach though, all Zach and Ben yelling over him. Yeah.
In other news, I was thinking about goats.
You were?
Yeah. Well, because I watched so there's the YouTuber called Joe Scott, and he was talking about the 7 smartest animals, and of course, animals are all smart, but he chose some to talk about, and goats came up, and he said that baby goats are the cutest.
That is true.
I don't know. Do you think COVID is smart or just lucky?
Is it an animal?
Yeah, I guess it's technically a virus, which is in that uncanny valley between alive and not alive.
Yeah.
Okay. So are roaches smart or just lucky?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it seems like
from an evolutionary perspective, they're very lucky because they are very fruitful.
Yeah.
As pleasant as that sounds.
One of the only things that, like how they can survive radiation, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true or not.
It probably is. They can survive. They can survive with their head cut off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if they don't individually survive, there's still that giant egg sac full of more fruit.
Oh, so gross.
You talk about Jeremy?
He almost was about to come back. Don't chase him off again.
Roaches having pool parties up in your sink.
Oh no!
Well, I was thinking of goats. Though because
let's hear more about these goat thoughts. Go on.
So because goats are cute, and apparently they're very similar to dogs in their behavior. They're just very playful. Yeah, and
they are very playful. Yes.
Yeah, but I was going to ask you where the goat symbolism came from. They were saying that it was one of your books.
Oh, yeah. So a while back, a gentleman from Corpus Press, the publisher named Evans Light, we were putting together a anthology. It was a collective type of author anthology thing. And the theme of it was going to be love, horror / love stories or whatever the case may be. And he said on this conference call, well, hey, Gregor, why don't you write one about a man and his love for a goat as a joke? And then I actually did write it, and it was it was like a novella length story about a man who has gotten in trouble for loving goats, who's a comic book artist, who creates a character named Loving the Goat. The character's name is Loving, and he's a goat. He's a mischievous type character that runs around with a smoking jacket on, smoking a pipe, kind of like a mischievous sort of Hugh Hefner type character goat. And then in the that's the comic book character that he creates, and then a real life story or whatever in this universe, the guy's on a hunt to find a woman who allegedly exists that has a goat head, and he's trying to find her because he thinks it might be his ultimate love interest if he can find her. So
so a very wholesome reason.
The goat. Yeah. What's that?
Very, very wholesome reason for having a goat metaphor.
Or avatar or whatever. Yeah. So I mean,
It sounds very. So I'm actually interested in the symbolism that you were kind of describing, like the kind of, I don't know what the word would be, but the way that it's like all involved, the way that the story involves itself.
I don't know. Love is like a decapitated goat.
Well, there's that.
I wouldn't disagree. The woman has a goat head on her body, right? She was born with a goat's head on her.
Was this because I feel like you had mentioned this before?
She's known as Saphomat.
Was this related to the body horror stuff that you would write about? Is that what kind of thing?
Somewhat to a certain, not so much. This is more of like a farce. This is more of like a farce.
Well, because it sounds like you. Yeah, it sounds like you wrote it. You wrote it. Yeah, you wrote it almost to troll.
Oh yeah, I did. I wrote it. I wrote it to see what happened when he got the reaction with him reading it. Like it ended up being a novella length work, and he did wind up publishing it, which was good.
Yeah,
So,
I wonder what
and he put it in the back of the book because he didn't want people putting the book down if they started from beginning to end. And there have been people that have left reviews like, I got the last story, I couldn't finish it,
It's like a Minotaur lady, right?
What's that? Well, she's looks more like Baphomet,
Okay.
And she goes she goes by, well, she is known as Saphomat, and
Gotcha.
So she leads like a cult.
Wouldn't that mean she's a lesbian goat head woman?
He doesn't care. This guy doesn't care.
So is Jeremy going to come back and kick us all off?
Yeah, man, I thought he was in a bad mood today. He's still fucking pissed.
He'll come back to an empty thing, and then he'll regret what he did.
He's mad.
So the folks that may be interested, loving the
I'm
goat.
just mad because my presence always clears everyone from the pool.
What's that?
I said I'm just mad because A, I have low blood sugar, which is related to the fact that my presence always clears everybody out of the pool.
Oh.
Well,
but I think you're a vampire.
Well, Jeremy was really excited that everybody was in the house, but then I think that backfired.
Well, I mean,
he forgets how much we like to fuck with his head.
Yeah. So I think there was only one time where that somebody actually left because Anne joined, though. I mean, it was one guy where his wife didn't. Right? His girlfriend or his wife.
Because I wasn't wearing any pants.
Because he said something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I remember that.
Today it was similar, but I was legit half naked in a swimming pool. But
what do you mean?
Okay, so I'm stuck in Palm Springs, so it sounds classier than it is.
That
I have
terrible.
What a horrible thing.
Right.
It sounds classier than it is to have a swimming pool, because like even the most ghetto building in this town has a swimming pool, because otherwise everyone would drop dead in the summer.
Right.
But it was like almost 75 degrees today, and the pool is heated to almost 90 degrees. Wow. So I go down by the pool like you would do if I was already mad about something, somebody I was working with. Long story, but I went down to the pool to like swim around and burn off some steam so I wouldn't be so grouchy, as I do almost every day because I'm pissed off about something almost every day. But hey, I have to live with the human race, or actually separated from it. It's weird how being stuck in solitary confinement for 10 months, it fucks with your head, but in a way that makes you hate people even more when you come into contact with them, even though the absence of human beings is what's fucking with your head in the first place. So I go down there and I'm like, well, at least I can have some human contact. And there's all these couples, most of them are they're wearing like muumuus and kimonos and cover-ups because, they're all Scottish Canadians who don't understand how fucking sunscreen works. So, after 15 minutes in the sun, they have to put clothes on because, they don't understand modern technology up in Canada. So they're all covered up, and I go down to swim in the pool like you do, and I throw my clothes off. I'm still wearing a bikini, but I jump in the pool and I start swimming and paddling and playing on my raft, and I look up, and all these women are pissed off and dragging their husbands away. And I'm like, I'm not delusional. I don't think I'm an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. Or, you can keep going down depending on your taste in women. But everybody knows that somebody wearing a bikini is better than even your beloved wife wrapped up in a muumuu, right? So all they had to do was take their clothes off and get in the pool, because you're by the pool and the pool is warmer than the fucking air. So take your clothes off and get in the pool. But no, they're all like marching out one by couple, all pissed off until I'm alone again in the pool, paddling around, fucking furious.
So when you say you were playing in the pool by yourself, what does that mean?
Bitches be like, and searching or gonna steal your man.
Well, it sounds miserable because you were back from where you started.
Yeah, exactly. I went out, I was like, I'll blow off some steam, I'll be around some other people. Oh good, there's lots of people at the pool. The minute my clothes come off, just the exodus begins.
Bitches be like, bitches be like, and Scherzinger gonna steal your man.
And honestly, I don't know whether it was because they were afraid I was going to steal their man, or I'm that ugly that they all had to leave.
Were you not wearing a mask while you were swimming in the pool?
Well, no.
Maybe
but neither were they while they were sunbathing in muumuus.
You're already swimming in each other's pee-pee, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't even know if these bitches were hot or not, because like I said, they're fucking Scottish Canadians wrapped up in, anti-solar blankets because they don't know how to use sunscreen. Jesus.
Do you have any evil tattoos that you were showing?
Nope. The only tattoo I have is very faint. It was a jailhouse tattoo I got when I was 21 and very drunk, and I couldn't get drunk enough to make the pain go away. So I asked my roommate if he would carve the word drat in my leg and rub cigarette ash into it. And he turned out to be kind of a sadist, so he complied with gusto. Like the
Maybe
tattoo.
they thought it said slut instead, and that's why they left.
Well, actually, the next morning when I woke up, my first thought was, why does my leg feel like it's infected? And then I remembered what happened, and then I shuffled to the bathroom, and that's when it dawned on me, when I looked in the mirror, drat spelled backwards is tard.
Yeah.
So I had this bloody mess on my leg that said tard in the mirror.
Accurate.
Yeah, if you ask your roommate to give you a tattoo with an X-Acto knife, you kind of get what you deserve. But it's almost completely invisible by this point. That was 25 years ago.
So were you talking to yourself while you were playing in the pool?
No, I was wearing headphones. I was listening to music, and then I was listening to Jim Goad and JB Beverly's podcast.
You weren't singing to yourself or talking to yourself?
No. I mean, I laughed once in a while. I especially laughed when they were talking about this fat guy, and they said he looked like he rapes people and then escapes to Eastern Europe. That's really funny if you know the whole backstory. I started kind of choking and drowning a little bit at that point. It's not funny if you don't know the backstory, but it's such a long backstory. Anyway, I laughed and choked and drowned a little bit once, but all these bitches just get up and parade out. And I'm like, just take your clothes off, get in the pool. Your husband will be looking at you because presumably you're his type. I just happen to be naked. So I was so mad. Yeah, I was wearing a bikini, but that looks kind of naked when you're compared to people who are wrapped in. I'm a Canadian Scottish person who doesn't know how to operate sunscreen clothes.
I'm assuming most of these women weren't complete hedgehogs.
Scottish. Where's what's that?
I said I'm assuming that most of these women weren't complete hedgehogs.
No. I mean, actually, the cutest one actually had been in there the day before, and she actually winked at me. I think she was flirting, which is cool. Well, we won't get into that. I was going to say I've got plenty of dick right now, but actually the dick is on another continent. So anyway, the one cute one flirted with me a bit the other day, but she wasn't there. I mean, these chicks were not total hedgehogs, but not really my type. But like obviously their husbands buried them for a reason, and they're just having this shit fit just to have a shit fit. And I was so mad that I was alone again, that I swam for like 2 hours. And then I realized it was time to do the show, and I got out of the pool. And for some reason with swimming, you don't realize this till you stop. But I was so fucking hungry that I thought I was about to have a seizure.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd been swimming furiously angry for so long.
It burns up way more calories than you think, right? I mean, it takes up so much more energy just because it's constant resistance.
Yeah, swimming's great for you.
Really tired.
Like swimming really wears you out.
Yeah, it's great for you unless you do it like, for 2 hours furiously without eating, and then you kind of stagger upstairs like.
I mean, if you're swimming in the pool furiously by yourself, maybe people weren't even going to come in there. They're like, you're just angrily swimming. Maybe people weren't even going to come back. I mean, that seems pretty scary. It's ladies that are furiously swimming. And how do you know they're Canadian Scottish? I mean, how do you know that?
Well, most of the snowbirds in Palm Springs are from Canada because they think 75 degrees is hot. And they just looked kind of Scottish.
They just said that Scottish face.
Yeah, those Scottish finger shapes. Okay. But most white Canadians who aren't of French extraction are from somewhere in the British Isles, and the ones who float around Palm Springs seem to be largely Scottish. But that might just be because I have disliking Scottish people on the brain lately. I don't know. Yeah, fine. I'm a racist against the Scottish. You got me.
Well, maybe it's just the ones you don't like aren't a true Scotsman. That's what it is.
That's one of those things that had to happen, but it was still funny.
I can imagine them storming out. That's what's crazy. Like I can imagine the overreaction. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weird though. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're actually.
Well, they just don't trust their husband.
Oh, did you see?
They just don't trust their husband.
Did you see Chris's? Yeah, because they're just like so dramatic. I can imagine that. I guess Christopher was gonna message Jeremy the top. Yeah, what's going on with the top 10 thing? What was that? I don't think I heard about that.
We were doing our top 10 reads.
We prepared our top 10 list.
Were we supposed to send him a list?
Mine. Well, I've got mine. I thought we were just going to read them.
Discuss them on this call.
Yeah, I thought. Were we doing that today?
Well, we were, but Jeremy decided to be a little bitch. So
see, I
don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to text him too.
So warm here. I didn't realize it's already the end of December, so I didn't prepare mine. But all I was going to say was the best books I've read this year have all been Tom Wolfe's. So fuck everyone.
Yeah, no,
he's dead. What's
the top 10.
Which one of the Tom Wolfe's is the best one that you've read so far?
Bonfire of the Vanities so far, but I haven't even finished reading his entire. So I've got a lot of pleasantness in front of me. I wasn't that nuts about the electric Kool-Aid whatever bus thing. I mean, I know it's an iconic book, but I can only listen to shit about hippies for so long, even if it's satirical.
Yeah, I couldn't get through that either.
Wait, so I get confused. Thomas Wolfe and Tom Wolfe. Is there a difference? I heard that they were two different writers. One was a journalist. The other one, because you're talking about the one that won. Did he win the Pulitzer Prize or something?
I think you're talking about the same person. Tom Wolfe was a journalist, but he also, I think his best work is his novels that I've read so far.
Yeah. And so, because one of them was
I think there is a Thomas Wolfe, though.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I had heard that once. And so Thomas Wolfe, so he wrote the Kool-Aid one. I forget what that one was called.
Electric Kool-Aid acid test.
Yeah, so that was a novel?
No, it was like creative nonfiction. I'm not sure
it's kind of. I think it's kind of like new journalism in the vein of Hunter S. Thompson.
Okay, so would you recommend that one, or was there another one you'd recommend?
I would start with Bonfire of the Vanities, because that's like the full plunger full of heroin that will tell you whether it's your drug or not. Because if you tried to start with the obnoxious hippie Kool-Aid acid bullshit, you might just go, "Oh God, this guy just rambles."
Oh, so you didn't like that one?
Yeah,
you didn't like that one.
I enjoyed it in bits, but then I just couldn't get through it. Maybe I'll finish it someday if I'm really bored. But I'm like, yeah. Being on acid and yelling at people was definitely not Ken Casey's greatest work. So I definitely prefer One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest to all the bullshit that Ken Casey yelled through Tom Wolfe in that book. I looked up Thomas Wolfe. So the Bonfire of the Vanity. Yeah, I guess there are two. There's Thomas Wolfe and then Tom Wolfe, I think.
So Jeremy, did you clean the sand out of your vagina?
I think it's a shame that I'm trying to do something nice here, support a press, and give some free books to people. And it feels like you guys are putting.
Well, we were on board with you for that.
Okay, yeah, and you're interrupting me. Okay, and it's like you're putting me on blast and taking the side of these Nightworms people you don't even know. When I'm pointing out that it seems like a sabotage campaign to Death Said Press. Okay.
No, it probably is.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm trying to do something to balance that. Because you got Ben talking over me, and then Zach has to come in and respond to that, all while I'm underneath trying to talk, say what I was originally saying, and it's really disrespectful. I show you guys way more respect than you show me. I'm not talking about Ann, and I'm not even really talking about Gregor, but I mean, I feel like
you're mad at me and Ben.
More you.
Me?
Yeah.
Pale face, big mad.
More you.
More me? How?
Yeah, because
I'm the one that responded favorably.
I'm trying to do something to support a publisher.
I'm the one on board with it, wanting a book,
and to give free books to people. And it's like, how dare I bring up these Nightworms people when it was presented?
I never told you not to. That's all Ben and Gregor.
There you go again. Okay, and someone brings it to my attention before I even know anything about them, saying that they're going all in on this publisher, and this book in particular is Savage Breed by Patrick Harrison. Okay, I'm trying to right the balance here. Okay, literature. I didn't catch that.
Why don't you only give away copies of that one?
No, because I'm giving away copies of any splatter western, whichever one people want, if they'll take me up on it. Now, I already sent one out to Ben because he asked, and Zach, you didn't even give me the email address connected to your Kindle for me to send one. So, I mean,
yeah, that's the same one of my email address, but just at Kindle.
I don't remember. Ben included it in his.
Yeah, so Ben followed
instructions.
Now, here's my question: you're mad at me when I'm the one responding favorably and agreeing with you about the Nightworms. It's Gregor saying you shouldn't bring it up, and Ben saying you shouldn't bring it up.
No, Gregor never said I should
leave. He did. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't say I shouldn't bring it up. He said, "Aren't they allowed to have opinions?" And I was going to answer to that, but everybody kept chiming in. Okay,
including Ben.
Well, I mean, I did say that there was, no real reason to shine a spotlight on these particular individuals who may or may not be doing a pylon.
Translation, why are you talking about them?
Listen, Starving Zoe, I read that yesterday, and they talk about animal cruelty in it. It's a passing sentence where it talks about bashing a cat's brains in so they could eat because they were starving in the streets. That is the only animal abuse in that book. They are conflating things that they find offensive. They're a bunch of tampon party feminists that I'm coining that phrase, whether it means anything or not, that are going after it. And it was presented to me by someone, by a source, as that. I'm supporting this publisher.
Hey, I got the book. Thanks, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I agree with you on
And
that.
I'm
It
still
was
a bad
Ben
guy.
who said that was wrong.
I'm still got to explain myself. You see how that goes? And this publisher, Death Press, they're not going to treat me any differently because I did this to support them. See, that's the problem. These embattled people in publishing, they would rather have their reputations raked over the coals than get beside someone who's defending them. Even amongst people that I trust and value, I am still being treated as suspect for my motivations, okay?
It would be a good idea for Death's Head to basically not directly respond to it. You really shouldn't respond to reviews like that, especially the publisher.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, anybody who defends them, they're just shit out of luck on their own. Yeah, that really sounds like a winning plan. Yeah,
it did. Nobody asked you to take up a shield and sword and go fight their battles for them.
It doesn't matter.
Well, you see, I'm the one who's agreeing with you, then being over here counteracting it, and then the anger gets turned to me.
I just sent him a free book again, and I just
you ain't exempt from contempt.
And I just sent him a free book again, and he's still treating me as the bad guy. Yeah, I know.
And you're treating me as the bad guy. It makes no sense.
No, we all know that I'm the bad guy. Duh.
That's actually a pretty good song, I gotta say.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty good.
So I get it. Nightworms are totally above reproach. It's cool. Nightworms are totally above reproach because they're women, or because fuck me, or because
no, that puts them under more reproach. But why are you mad at me?
because I was trying to talk over Ben, and then you added to the shitstorm. Chiming in.
It's because you're the hate rod here, Zach.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
I just expected a little more respect than that, you know.
You're
this late in the game.
You're a hate rod.
I just expected a little more respect than that, you know.
Okay, so tell me how you feel, Jeremy, and then I'll listen to you, and then it'll all be good. So get it out of your system.
Don't talk down to me.
Get it out of your system. No, I'm not talking down to you. You need someone to vent to.
No, it's okay. Zach is our little fuck boy for everyone to stick their hate dicks in.
No.
It's
and this is why publishing is fucked.
Yeah,
because of me. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's all because of Ben.
So, Ann, what do you think of?
I want to be bringing down the big 3 or 4, however the fuck many there are.
What I'm kind of lost because I don't pay much attention to all these people's bullshit because I don't like them. They don't like me. I don't like people. I don't like socializing. I don't like dealing with people's shit. But what the fuck is a sandworm or whatever we're talking about?
Nightworm.
A what?
Nightworm.
Apparently,
Nightworm.
People.
It's a subscription book. It's a subscription book service, right? Like they put together like surprise book packages that are horror related that you can subscribe to and open up once a month when it gets into your mail. And then in addition to that, there seems to be like a team of horror book reviewers that are Nightworms affiliates that review a lot of the books that are maybe included in some of these book packages, and also horror books that are just published in the general milieu of horror publishing nowadays. That's what Nightworms is.
I've just got to say, because I've been one and I've been involved with people who review on like a network like that. Anyone who does that, like, it's got like a mental effect. It's why I stopped it. All these people automatically think they're like the taste setters. And
hey, Regina.
Everyone follows these reviewers around, the posh reviewers, as I used to talk about, and act like they're like.
How you doing, Regina?
And whatnot. It's lame.
Having a good night so far, Regina?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
So you're doing.
See how it feels.
You're doing it more forcefully. It's more organic, natural.
It's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, but you're doing it in a way that's like, oh, I'm going to make a point, so I'm just going to be a.
I am making a point, pal. I mean, yeah.
No.
Everybody ought to give everybody a little bit of room to talk. Yeah,
I do.
Okay. Obviously, Zach and Ben like pushing your buttons.
I don't even try.
And sometimes I'll go along with it.
I don't need to try.
Right now, I'm trying to get this information in so people can get involved in this good intention giveaway. But I can't even. I'm not even allowed to do that without some kind of being interrogated or interrupted.
I have never interrogated you on this subject. Now, what I
just refuse to see this from my point of view.
What I propose to everyone is every time Jeremy talks, let's give him 5 seconds of silence after he finishes talking. Count exactly 5 seconds, and then if he doesn't say anything within that 5 seconds, we're free to talk.
Regina, I felt like you had something to say when you came in. What's going on with you?
5 seconds, Regina.
Oh. I was just probably clearing my throat with the mic unmuted. Sorry, I just came in, just kind of wandered into this weirdly tense conversation after having one of my own. So sorry.
We are tense. We're having fun.
I'm trying.
Regina, I'm not trying to sexually harass you, but are you wearing clothes?
I am. I'm wearing clothes.
Okay,
Don't
well
worry.
then at least no one will just run out of the room.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not saying you're
Well, I
hideous.
don't know if that came out quite the way you wanted it to, Anne.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying.
so-
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying you're hideous. It's just that there's a running joke that, well, Jeremy, I think missed this too. Like the running joke where everyone leaves the room whenever I'm naked. That didn't sound right either. Never mind.
So Chris had said that he was going to email about the top 10, and I was curious about what was going on with the top 10.
Oh yeah, we're still totally doing it. But
Were we doing that? Were we doing that today though? I didn't know because I didn't know.
We're going to do that here in a little bit. I wanted to get this information out about the giveaway. I'm trying to get that going so people will be feel an incentive to claim a free book for to support Death Said Press, but I couldn't get through that.
I sent you my Kindle email.
Yeah, and I sent that too. So that's 2 people on my own show that asked for it. Great, but what about listeners? Listeners, I know there's at least 4 of you in the chat.
David, for listeners.
Get in on this. Do you not want a free book, man? It's not coming out of your pocket. Come on. Email me. Tell me.
Get you a free fucking book.
When you give someone a gift, you shouldn't scold them about it.
Oh, I see. There, yeah. I got.
Look here, baby pop. We got free books ready to give away. All you got to do is email Jeremy, and you get you a free fucking book. What's wrong? How can you argue with that?
I'm telling you, this is my life. I'm put on blast no matter what, and I despise it. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm serious.
It's very funny.
No, it's not.
Ben, why do you think I'm again?
I've been smoking weed all day.
Okay.
Well, that's no excuse to be, disrespectful to someone who gave you a book.
I know that's. I'm going to be. I was going to be disrespectful anyway.
Yeah, and I'm reading that book that you give me now, the Jake Palmer.
The Jake Paul book?
Yeah, he gave me a
Jake
book
Paul
called
autobiography.
The Journey to Jake Palmer. I think that's what it's called.
Oh shit, Gregor! So that I don't forget in my old age, what is the title of the book of yours that I'm supposed to be reading?
Oh, I don't know if you're supposed to be reading anything, but we did discuss at one point that maybe you were going to read the Hanover block, but you're under no obligation to do so.
Oh, did you? Oh, go ahead, Ann.
I was just saying I want to do this book club thing. It's just I can't remember jack shit anymore. So because of all the PTSD and the typhus and Hanover blog or block?
Block. Like in block, like blockhead.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear the latest episode of Bazong, Gregor?
Yes, I did. I was pleasantly surprised to find that the Hanover block was on Frank Edler's top 5 read books of 2020. was very pleasantly surprised and honored by it.
Sweet.
Very cool.
I didn't think he liked it that much, really. But I'm glad he
What the
did.
fuck is that thing on the cover?
You found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found it.
It's like a turkey vagina ear snout.
I think Jeremy wants one of those. Jeremy wants one of those to sit on his face.
Oh, definitely. I did actually have somebody that wrote me to say that he would like to have one of those things after reading the book.
God.
I need my own blob of flesh monster to jerk off with.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so are you not mad anymore, Jeremy?
I'm cooling.
He's always mad. He's like the
I'm
Hulk.
cooling off a little. Okay. But I would appreciate a little space to actually interject, or not even interject, but just finish entire sentences without three people chiming in at a time. Because we've been pretty good about that. Until tonight, and I don't know why. I'm trying to get this information out about a giveaway. All right, and I'll say it again one more time, and hopefully, people will understand. Okay, all you have to do is email me at sickfix@gmail.com. Tell me which of the Splatter Westerns books you want from Death's Head Press. Okay, here's an example one.
We got Splatter Westerns for free here, folks. That's right, a free book all of your own. All you have to do is email Jeremy, and you get yourself a free Splatter Western book from Death's Head Press.
That's nice 1930s.
Exactly right. And that email address again is suckfuxx@gmail.com.
F-I-X-X.
Okay, so he does that joke, and you're okay with it. You get mad at me for nothing.
So
I guess if you can't get Ben to shut up long enough to say something, you could just trick him into saying it himself.
See,
or get mad at me.
And sees it too. Okay.
You also think that he randomly gets mad at me for stuff Ben does? It's weird.
Well, again, you're our little fuckboy that we all stick our hate dicks in.
Wait, I thought you said Jeremy was your fuckboy that you stick your dick in.
This
is Zach.
This is all Nightworm's fault.
Zach is our catamite.
Okay, they're there. Okay, these are Splatter Westerns. Okay, Starving Zoe, Savage Breed, Dust by Chris Miller, Hunger on the Chisholm Trail, Hunger on the Chisholm Trail by M. Innenbach, Magpie Coffin by Wally Young. Any of those, send me an email.
Isn't there a Gemma Files one?
And tell me which title you want and the email address that is connected to your Kindle, and I will send it. Okay, I got the information out there. Okay, go ahead.
I think Gemma might be working on one, but I don't think it's
Gemma Files one.
I think she's working.
It's not out yet, though.
I think she's working on one, but I don't think it's published yet.
I honestly don't think there is.